Now this, it's primary day in New York and Congressman Jamaal Bowman's job is on the line. Look at this headline in the Wall Street Journal. Quotes, will Jamaal Bowman be the first squad member to fall? Let's bring in Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, New York Republican. Congresswoman, you think Bowman will lose today?
I do. I think that the early voting over the last few days has shown very strong numbers in the areas where George Latimer should perform well. And I do think he will lose, and he deserves to lose, quite frankly. Everything from the juvenile stunt of pulling the fire alarm when we were trying to avoid a shutdown to his foul-mouthed lace tirade the other day, to the support of policies like the open border policies and anti-police policies like defund the NYPD that he supported that are not in sync with his district, that have been bad for his constituents. This is somebody who deserves to lose. He does not deserve to serve in Congress, and I think the voters in his district will show that today.
It seems there is a split within the Democrat Party, a split between Jewish voters and the other side, the progressives, who, in my opinion, are pro-Hamas. If Jamaal Bowman loses, would that bring the party together to some degree? No, it's not your party, it's the Democrats, but would you comment?
Sure, and that's another very important point. I mean, Jamaal Bowman is somebody who actually denied what happened on October 7th, the atrocities that Jewish women were raped and all these other atrocities that occurred on that day. He is an anti-Semitic individual. But I think one issue is the decency of a human being, right? I know George Latimer. I served with him in the state legislature. And while I don't agree with his politics necessarily, he's a decent human being. He's somebody that I could work across the aisle with. I think he's somebody who would be respected among his colleagues from the Republican and the Democrat side. I think that says a lot. Particularly coming from a Republican. But this person, Jamaal Bowman, has just represented his constituents so poorly. And yes, he has really offended the Jewish constituency that he represents, which is why you saw particularly the Jewish communities coming out so strong during the early voting period. I think that you have a faction there. Yeah, there are those, unfortunately, and they're the squad members, the socialist squad and some of the progressive members who are anti-Semitic. We know that Ilhan Omar has also spewed anti-Semitic rhetoric, which is why I pushed successfully to have her removed from the Foreign Affairs Committee. So there's going to continue to be that divide, but maybe one by one we can eliminate them from Congress. That would be a good thing for the country.
Congresswoman, this is maybe a minor issue, but we've seen migrant children all around New York City. You see them on the street selling candy or fruit. They go down the subways. You see them all over the place. There's this new survey. It claims that that is happening. The migrant children are out there because there's no child care. I mean, can you see, this is New York City, can you see the day coming when the next demand is free child care for migrants? I know they've not proposed it yet, but can you see it coming?
Well, Stuart, don't give them any more ideas because they're already providing free legal services, laundry services, health care, free housing, free food, free Metro cards, you name it. They're receiving it, things that the United States citizen does not receive, yet they are paying for these individuals who have crossed our border by paying the cartels thousands of dollars. And now the taxpayer is responsible for providing these services. It is wrong what is happening in New York City. And also, let's point out, we saw a 13-year-old girl raped by people who are here illegally. We saw 2 police officers shot by somebody who is here illegally. People are being murdered, stabbed in the streets of New York City by people who are here illegally, and our mayor continues to allow them to stay in a hotel room at our expense. It is wrong, and that is why we just need to change the president.
I'm sorry to interrupt. It seems like those crimes, migrant crimes, horrible as they are in New York City, that's changing the tide of public opinion about migrants and the border and Democrats. That would be my point. What do you say?
Well, I think people are waking up. They're seeing that these are not just innocent asylum seekers, as the president and the mayor have claimed, that these are hardened criminals, many of them. There are people who are murderers and rapists, and it's clear we just lost 3 women across this country, and now a 13-year-old girl raped in New York City, a 12-year-old girl murdered in Texas at the hands of people who this administration, they had them, and they released them into the interior. Because of Joe Biden's directive. That is why this president needs to be defeated. It's why we voted to impeach Secretary Mayorkas. But it's up to the people. And just like I believe they will vote Jamaal Bowman out today, I believe that they will vote President Biden out, and we can restore some sanity and secure the border.
We shall see. Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, thanks for joining us this morning. Always appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.